I saw Tool live, and I think their tour is finished now, but I'm gonna say it anyway. This video will contain setlist spoilers. I don't think they really switch up their setlist a lot, at least not in the last like 5 years or so. So how much of this that like really is a spoiler, it's up for debate. But anyway, was amazing. I went into the arena, sat down, and waited, and the what's it called? The support act. They were an instrumental band called the Night Versus, and mainly play like instrumental music, or they just played instrumental music. I see how Tool wanted to have them on the tour because I could see the parallels, in their music. So yeah, they were cool. But then Tool went on, and they started with the Third Eye intro, dun 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 dun, the heartbeat. Unfortunately, not with the Bill Hicks commentary intro or the bit he did. But then they went straight into freaking Jambi, which is one of my favorite songs, especially at the moment. Yeah, so that was amazing. A very good intro song, I think, to sort of get the crowd pumped up with the fast guitar riffs and whatever. Yeah, also I remember like during the first when he sang the first line, the whole arena was like singing it with him. So it was very cool to hear the whole arena. Here from the King's Mountain View. But yeah, and also everyone stood up during the whole concert. I don't know if that's like the norm, but that's what people did. Um, and yeah, so then they played Jambi, which is one of my favorite songs. Like I said, they played like a lot of my favorite songs, quite a few. My favorite songs by Tool. And then they launched into Fear Inoculum, which was great. Very cool song, preceded by Maynard's little, take a trip with us, sort of speech, and don't use your phones. That was amazing, great visuals and all that, great sound. And after Fear Inoculum, they went into Rosetta Stone, which is also one of my favorite songs. Preceded by some form of Lost Keys bit, not the whole thing, but sort of an intro. And then they went to Numa, which was amazing. And then they went to Intolerance, which is from Undertow, and that was great. And I remember like there were like a lot of red on the screen because it was the Undertow logo or the album artwork was there, but I also remember, I think at least there was more like animations and stuff, like as usual, but a lot of redness. And then they played, I might sort of mess up the order a little bit, but they played Descending, and then they played Schism or Schism, whatever. I've heard people pronounce it differently. And then The Grudge, and that was probably it for the main set. 15-minute intermission, and then they went into, I think they did Intolerance. Did I say Invincible? Or did I say Intolerance? I don't know. They played Invincible anyway, preceded by Calling Voices intro. They did Flood, I think. They played Chocolate Chip Trip, but I think Chocolate Chip Trip was first in the encores. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, Chocolate Chip Trip, then Flood, then Invincible, then Negative Ions, played on tape. The last song was Stinkfist, which it usually is nowadays. And they let you film that song. I think Stinkfist is probably want to say the weakest song in this set list. I mean, played live, like compared to Rosetta Stone and everything, it's like, yeah, Stinkfist is pretty simple in comparison. And I could see like they let people film that because it's one of their most popular songs. But it's cool nevertheless. And yeah, I think it was a very good set list. And would I change it? Like for me, I'm just satisfied with having seen them live, like at all. But if I was like, you know, hardcore Tool fan or whatever you want to say, I probably would wanted more deep cuts. And yeah, why not I understand this is pretty much a whole different sort of thing, you know, Tool versus whatever. But like, do a bit like Metallica, you know, switch up the set list like every night. I know that's pretty hard for most or some bands to do. Um, I mean, you know, it depends. Like a band of Tool's caliber is like, yeah, their songs are pretty awesome, but also pretty complex. So you really wanna have it all nailed, and like screwing up the order and, you know, like practicing different songs is like, you know, could be a pretty hard thing to do. And also like maybe they just want to be structured, you know, sort of have this set list. But yeah, the best song overall on this gig, I think, was. I mean, I liked Rosetta Stone. Very good visual effects also during that one. Jambi was cool. Descending also, which is probably my favorite song from them right now. The Grudge is also very good. I mean, one favorite song I probably have to go with Rosetta Stone. You know, that's a very cool one. So yeah, the band was great, the show was great, everything was great, except for one thing which kind of ruined the whole freaking thing for me.